Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Altcoin Daily with Bitcoin Gorilla. Today, altcoin I'll be breaking down is called MoonBeam token. Now, if you don't know what MoonBeam is, we are going to be breaking down the fundamental analysis of what MoonBeam is, as well as understanding what the MoonBeam Foundation does and why MoonBeam could be a good investment for 2022. Now, remember, this analysis, after the fundamental analysis, we are going to go back to the price and use simple price action, no indicators, to break down this altcoin. Now, if you can see my chart, there's literally little to no data on this chart. So you wonder, what are we going to use to predict the price? Well, we are going to work with whatever we see on the chart, but no indicator is needed, just simple price action. So what is MoonBeam? Let's start first of all by understanding the basic market statistics of MoonBeam, the current market statistic. The current market price is currently trading around $10.36, of which it has seen an upside of about 14.63% to the upside. Now that is at of the time of making this video in the past 24 hours. Now when we look at the current market cap as of the time of making this video is around 798.459, approximately 798.459 million token, of which it has seen an upside of about 14.87% to the upside. Now, that is as of the time of making this video. Now, if we talk about the circulatory supply, the current circulatory supply of this token is currently 77.104 million token approximated, right? 77.107896 million token. That is the actual figure. Now, if we talk about the maximum supply, now when we're talking about maximum supply, we're talking about the maximum amount of coin that will ever exist in the lifetime of the crypto coin. This particular crypto token is 1 billion token. Now, also, if you talk about the amount of coin that has been already created by the platform, then you are talking about total supply. And the current total supply is around 1.004153611 billion tokens. That is what the total supply is. Remember, the maximum supply can never be exceeded. So if we further push the line to understand what is the highest price, since this coin has been listed up to 8 days now, what is the highest price it has ever seen? If we look at the data according to CoinMarketCap, then around January 11, 2022, this token called MoonBeam has hit the price of about $437.07. $437 approximately, but currently it's trading at 10 cents, remember, of which means it has lost about 97% to that move to the upside in the past 8 days. Now, if we look at what is the lowest price it has ever hit, then we're talking about the price of about $8.4. That's about $8.04. This is around January 12th. The next day after hitting that up, it hit that down. Straight away, there was a strong dump and it cleared that move to about 400 and something, and it hit about $8. So it's like everybody sold on the launch. That is those who were able to support the auction and everything. So a lot of people dumped their coin that led to the massive dump. You can see the chart, you can see the massive dump to the downside. So with this, remember, this data is based on different exchanges. The exchange we'll be using for our technical analysis chart is Binance. So what is even MoonBeam? Now, MoonBeam is an Ethereum compatible smart contract parachain on Polkadot. MoonBeam makes it easy to use popular Ethereum developers tools to build or redeploy Solidity projects in a substrate-based environment. MoonBeam is much more than just an EVM implementation. Now, MoonBeam Ethereum compatibility is unmatched. things like minimal changes, like developers can use existing Solidity smart contract right away with no need to rewrite or reconfigure anything. Also, use existing developers tool, which means you can connect popular tools like the MetaMask, hard hat, Remains, and a lot of all this, including the Web3 RPC endpoint. Use well-known JavaScript library such as Web3 and Ether GX without even needing to worry. You can just use it straight away. Now you can also tap into the most integration on Polkadot using this MoonBeam what Ethereum compatible smart chain parachain on Polkadot. Now use existing, you can use existing oracles, bridges, wallet, and other tools that are already building, that is already built and are already building on the MoonBeam. Now, what is so unique about MoonBeam? MoonBeam offers an Ethereum-like environment on top of the substrate. Now, rather than a agent-based solution, this lets developers redeploy their existing smart contracts easily. So if you have already existing smart contract, you can easily redeploy using MoonBeam. Now, using the same tools and integration that they already use. You don't need to do any changes. The same tools and the same integrations is what you're going to use. But also, you are also going to be taking advantage of modern substrate framework as which all Polkadot parachain are built. You'll be taking advantage of all those modern substrate framework that is already built on the parachain or the Polkadot parachain. Now, the MoonBeam network makes it possible for developers with Solidity versus VYPI based smart contracts to go multi-chain and extend their influence into the Polkadot ecosystem. Remember, the Polkadot ecosystem is quite large and it is expanding daily, especially with these auctions and all these things going on, NFTs and all that. Polkadot is really expanding, and these parachains are going to enable developers through MoonBeam. Developers can port their existing Ethereum the app to Polkachain and to Polkadot, or easily create new permissionless decentralized application using familiar Ethereum development tools. The tools on MoonBeam ensure that there is minimal changes when front end the app are moved between chains. So even if you move your apps, there is no problem. This is the future of multi-chain. Here you can expand new chain powered by MoonBeam. You see, this is what the website looks like. MoonBeam, remember, is a smart contract parachain on Polkadot, which means it is leveraging the community of the Polkadot. The Polkadot community is supporting this token, which tells you this is why this token was able to make that move to the upside, because a lot of people during the auction supported MoonBeam. Now, there's a lot of easy things that MoonBeam make easy, which we have already discussed, and you can see it's fully Ethereum compatible environment on top of Polkadot. That is where you are building. Remember, Polkadot has a lot of rich pool of assets, new users and use cases, address segments of your market that are out of reach on Ethereum due to gas prices. All of them are moving toward Polkadot. Polkadot is like another way of lessening Ethereum gas fee for a lot of developers, which means like you get immediate access to DOT and native DOT asset like the GLM and the AUSD. Now, plus other bridged assets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum based ER20s. You're building on all of this. Now, look at the current products. You can see that MoonBeam has a lot of things that are being planned, and this is their roadmap. And you can see we are currently at the completion of the launch on Polkadot, and it's been launched, like I said, it's just been launched this January. So with this little information about MoonBeam, the foundation that is behind the MoonBeam is the MoonBeam Foundation, and is dedicated to promoting the development, growth, and adoption of MoonBeam in its ecosystem. So this is a little explanation of what MoonBeam is And the token has actually two types. We have the GLMR token and the Moon River token, of which um each of them has a very important the primary development of MoonBeam is this is the token that is used. The grammar token is what is used on the MoonBeam platform for paying of supporting of gas metering, protocol security, on-chain governance, network transaction. Everything uses this token. Now, when the MoonBeam network launches, like they say it has already launched, the total supply of the GLMR token will be 1 billion, which we have already talked about. So this is all the data about the token and the breakdown of how it is being bonded, the parachain bond reserve, and how everything they split down the whole token and their plans and all of that and all of that. So that is just a little overview of the fundamental analysis. So let's now look at the technical analysis. Now, to be honest with you, working with new tokens is not going to be a piece of cake. The reason is you are working with a less data, so this is more like let's see what we can have here. So I am going to go ahead and try to use my simple price action to predict, but here's what I will warn you: anything I'm going to give you is not going to be based on previous data, because if I talk about previous data, then I should have something like a month plus to work with. This is less than 2 weeks. So whatever I am going to forecast here has chances that the demand area can still break down, and the support area and the resistance, which is the supply area, can also still break through. So this, we are going to be working with what we have right here. I said this because if I give you a price, just know that once the price is about to break, I will come and update. But just know that whatever we're doing here is less data and more like guesswork. I'll be very honest. I'm very honest in my prediction. This is more like guesswork on this token right now. So this is the major support and resistance I'm seeing. But I know that the line is not enough, so I'm going to bring in the Bitcoin Gorilla box. I needed to give you that warning before I start the analysis. So you can also see that this is the move, and my resistance, my support area, my resistance, my supply area is a bit very extended on this token. So if we even go to 1 hour chart, this is what this chart looks like, and we see that price is being stuck within a range, right? Price has literally struggled to hold down a particular price range since the launching, right? You can see this particular range. Now, one thing with sideways movement or consolidation is that at some point there will be a breakdown. Now, if I go further to try to see if I can find out intraday support and resistance. Now, the drawing that I did earlier was on the daily chart. So this is actually 1 hour chart. So I'm going to try to see if I can get intraday support and resistance. So these are the obvious intraday support and resistance. So I'm going to try to zoom in and see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. But I think I still believe that this is not quite what I can work with. I still need more reason to know where the price is moving next. So this is why I'm going to bring in this next box, right? So I'm going to bring in this next box, and I'm going to try to get the support and resistance of this box. Now, this is using the Bitcoin Gorilla box strategy. So this is the inner box. And I'm also going to try to get a yet another box. So this is it. So what am I seeing? Here's what I'm saying. First of all, according to my box, this is the demand area. This is a supply area. Yes, this other up one is the supply area, and this other down one is the demand area, which is quite a bit extended, like I said, because of the way the price has moved so far. But what is telling me is that price, after breaking down the support, has returned back to it, and now this area is now acting as a resistance. But if I look deeper, I see a double bottom, which is one and two. So what effect do I see this double bottom playing? So here's what I see this double bottom playing. I see it likely going this way. So it's likely we see price respecting this point. The way it moves back up, it is going to move back up. Now the challenge is still going to remain this particular $15 range, right? $15 range. So I'm going to try to go back to 4 hours to look at the candles and see if the candles can help us make a better decision. So with the candles, I can see that the current candle that has been printing on the support. Now, mind you, this area is support. Like I said, this area is support, which is giving us a double bottom, and a double bottom is likely going to give a W kind of move, right? So if we talk about this W kind of move, it's going to be something that will play like this, right? So something like this, right? So that is how a normal W is expected to play. Now, please, we talked about the all-time high price it has seen since the time of launch. Remember, every exchange, like I say, has its own price, and this is Binance price. And Binance says that the all-time high this coin has ever seen has not gone beyond around $50. So take note of that. Why CoinMarketCap is saying about 400 and something, Binance is saying about $50. So let's take note of that. So if the W, like I am saying, is going to play out, then likely we are going to see these bulls attacking this point again, right? To complete that W double bottom. So that is the first case scenario. But it's not going to be like a pure run. But if we look on the daily chart to see what kind of candle, if we start with the 4 hours chart, we see that the 4 hours has printed quite a bullish candle. So this candle right here, already this is a 3 bar reversal, and this particular other, let me zoom in, so that you have a better view of that. So you see that this 3 bar reversal, is a bullish candle, right? This 3 bar, this two red and this green, which closed above both of them, which is a bullish candle signal. This particular three candle, that's a bullish 3 bar reversal, and we have another bullish candle confirmation, of which the next candle happened to be an inside bar that could not even go below half of this candle and close definitely just at the tip of it, which is all bullish signs. So this is definitely assuring us that the price where it is definitely going to attack our next resistance, which is around $15. But also expect a reaction that when price gets to around $12 range, there will be another reaction. And when it gets to another $14, there will be a reaction, because all the prop, you see the move right where it went, there's also going to be a reaction on the way up. So this place, like I said, but the price will keep still moving, though there will be a little kind of sideways. Now that is for bull. Worst case scenario, this bears will push these bulls down. I know this is not what you want to hear, but I have to give you the hard truth. The worst case scenario, we're going to have the bears pushing for a double support. Why? This support is very weak. This is an intraday support, which means a strong supply at this current zone where they are. If they get rejected, then price will dive down, right? So price could dive down to $2 range, which at the rate where price is, chances are more high of the upside. But if price actually start breaking support and I see any changes, I will come and update you. Now, if you are interested in learning this my strategy called the Bitcoin Gorilla simple strategy, then you might want to come and trade live with me. Come to Machiavelli Traders, where you are going to learn how to trade, how to read price action. Access into Machiavelli Traders is currently open and is lasting for the next 9 days. So classes will be starting on the 24th, which is less than 3 to 4 days from now. Come and join me, learn how to trade. This analysis, you are going to understand better how to actually draw this chart, trade them, and no more for more. I trade um futures. So I share all my trade with you, and you're going to get market insights on the go. If you're interested, the link is under this video. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like this analysis. Happy trading, everyone.